Well, start with this weekend. Any knocks from Tuesday night?
Not only the mental ones really. That I thought we had a fantastic hour and a bit, maybe an hour, and I would have liked to have seen us really finish strong, but unfortunately it didn't work out like that, and I made a couple of substitutions that didn't liven us up, which I was hoping it would have done. But we played some good stuff Tuesday, and I couldn't come in bubbly that we'd got to the semi-final of an area cup, because I was just disappointed with the way we finished, and I just want our supporters to know, that I'm looking for better than that for 90 minutes, and it's not been a bad year all round. And I know you can ask me about that, and since I've been here, and I've enjoyed it, and I'm gonna push until I'm in my grave, and as far as trying to get the passion back to the club, and I'm going to keep pushing, and there's a lot of passionate people around, and I need them to come to the fore, and I'm going to help them.
Fair enough. Is it that sort of footballing killer instinct that was lacking a bit on Tuesday?
Yeah, as far as the team was concerned, it was the killer instinct sort of later on. We created a lot of chances, and if you score 2 goals in both halves, then it's a decent result. You go home 4-0 winners, and that would have been about right, especially as Wycombe had won their 3 previous games. Actually, we played well enough, especially the first half, to make people think that Wycombe weren't a very good team, but they had won their previous 3, and with a new manager. So it wasn't going to be an easy game, but we played some very good football on the day after looking back at the video. So we're not a million miles away, and it's just whether you call it killer instinct, a little bit of fine tuning that I like to do, but I'm definitely not going to con anyone. I'm not going to say things that everything's going well when it's not, because when it is going well, I want to be able to scream it from the rooftops, and that's when we'll know we got this team and this club back on track.
Yeah, and I think fans listening to that will be positive. It's obviously you're going to go away happy after a win, but there aren't many performances out there from any teams that don't have a few negatives there, and it's trying to address those that will get you to that next level and the playoff level.
It is, but like over the past year, I don't know exactly how since my time here, I think we've probably won around about 50%, if not a little bit more. It might be a little bit less, I don't know. But 50% of the games winning from where the club was, is credit to everybody. And Rome weren't built in a day, all that sort of stuff. But so it took us a year to sort of get the win ratio up. For us to be in the semi-final with the JPT trophy is good, and for us to be within 6 points of the playoffs, when normally the club over the last 2 or 3 years has been in the relegation zone, and we've now got a push, and this club will either go step forward and get going, or it'll end up stepping back and not getting going. And one is a bit more success and a bit more atmosphere, and the other one is less success and less atmosphere. And while I'm here, I just want to see where I can take it a little bit, because I'm still very, very ambitious. For me, Terry, Darren, the chairman, the board of directors, everybody at this club, I'm ambitious for all of us, and I want to see energy on and off the pitch.
I'm not sure there's ever just one thing, but getting to Wembley, a Johnson Paint Trophy final, you've got a few games to get there before. Is that the kind of thing that might just energise people? Well,
yeah, 100% it will, because if we can still be competing for a playoff place or near the playoff places come the last 10 games of the season, if we can get ourselves to a Wembley final, so long as we've put the roots in place now, before all that happens, that's when all of a sudden, when it all picks up, people are realising what you've tried to do all along. And I'm telling you now, this early, what I'm trying to do. Now, I'm going to push to that, and if it don't come, it don't come. But if it comes, it'll be well worth it. And if I can help it on its way nice and early, then that's what I'm going to do, by being honest with everybody. and that's what I'm going to be. And some days people might say to me, well, actually, you know, why are you not enjoying the wins, or why are you, like, I brought up about the pitch, and I brought up about some of the players, I brought up about the lack of passion sometimes, you know, all that. I'm bringing it up because it needs to be brought up, because everybody wants it to get going, and yet, you know, not everybody's trying to get it going.
Just finishing off with the JPT, obviously the draw in a couple of days' time. Any preferences short of a home tie?
Well, that's your preference, isn't it? A home tie, really, and that'll be good. But you know, whoever you play now, you've got a semi-final and an area final. We should have a bit of fun and enjoy them, like, you know. And then obviously the pinnacle is to try and get this club back at Wembley, whatever the trophy is, sort of thing. And as you say, it might just be the catalyst again to kick on for the next season and so on.
Okay, well, this weekend back to the league, and a pretty tough test. When you look at the Notts County squad, they've certainly invested a fair bit in it, and that's why they are up in the playoffs. Yeah,
I think that's why we've got to put in extra effort, because you know, we all know the top players that have had, you know, 300, 400, 500 league games and have scored 15 every year, you know what I mean? Or they've been midfielders that have been the regular players. You know, these are, in Notts County, you'll be able to have, you know, named players that have already been there and done it, and credit to them. And, you know, people have got that sort of money, then if you got it, flaunt it, do you know what I mean? If you haven't got it, then you've got to be a bit cleverer. Or you've got to believe you're the underdogs, as from that point of view, i.e. the finances, and not lay down and die, but to fight. And you know, David beat Goliath, didn't he, in the end? Do you remember that story? Is it still a story at school? But anyway, you know, that's the first thing that came into my head. But it's true to you know what can happen. You've got to be that extra little bit cleverer and that extra little bit committed, and then you might compete then with the ones that are laying out quite a bit of money.
They're slightly unusual statistics for them. I mean, they haven't lost away from home. Their away record is much better than their home record. It's strange when things like that happen, isn't it?
Yeah, we rang them up and asked if they'd like to swap the game to their place, but they wouldn't have it. Like, listen, I'm looking forward to the games now, and you know, if I can pick a team that at the moment I can pick a team. I can't always pick a squad at the minute with the same sort of mental commitment, but you know, if I can manage to get a team and then add to it, then I think we can be close if we make the right decisions at the right time. And you know, now's the time to be bold. It'd be too late in May when you know, but now's the time to give it a right go and you know, get the club back in the news.
Fantastic.